We finally made it happen. Heavily requested one with all the Durk stuff coming out. The easiest 2K victim there is. The video, the
Stop.
video. My guy, Mr. TouchofTrent, coming off 7-2-20. What's going on? How you feeling?
TouchofTrent be wildin' with it.
Man, I'm good, bro. Chilling, man. How are you?
Man, I'm good. Another day in paradise.
I already know.
But what do you got going on? How you feeling? What was kind of like the process with the album? Had it been in the works for a while? Are you happy it's finally out, or is it just you guys are working so much that it's just another day?
Yeah, no, like, Durk, he records like all the time. So he always got the music ready to go. So I just be, I'll send them stuff all the time. And, we just hold it on, just hold it in the vault until it's that time. So, but yeah, it's fun working with bro because he's just so versatile. Like I could send him anything and he gonna get on it. So, but the album itself though, I really feel like this is his best body of work from top to bottom. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's a cohesive album from start to finish. So I enjoyed it for sure. And I'm just glad to see him finally go #1 and get his flowers and get his just due because I feel like he deserved it.
Yeah. No, everyone killed it on there. Shout out to the whole team. A lot of really, really cool production on there from the whole squad, you bands, among others. But even just speaking to the production on the album, it's definitely interesting because like you said, Computer Murders, which ended up being like a add-on bonus track, whatever you want to call it, compared to some other stuff, like the beats are just so different. And then the other thing is, I feel like you really give a lot of producers like opportunities and chances to like be on the album. Like I know Computer Murders for like Trill Bands was like the biggest moment in his career, and I'm not pinning that for him. Like he's been posting about it, saying it like that. But I mean, what's kind of like your process been like? Like I know you guys got to be getting flooded and flooded and flooded and flooded, and I know you're pretty picky too. So how do you even like decide what you're going to listen to, what you're not, what makes this type of email an immediate just delete? Like, how are you even going through all this stuff?
Man, I just look at it like this, like it just depends on my mood and like what I'm feeling at the like with Computer Murderers, like that day I was probably like annoyed with some shit or something, like just but yeah, I mean, I don't care who it is, bro. I mean, you can have 50 followers. If you hard, like I'm gonna fuck with you. Like, I don't care if you got, 10,000 followers. I don't care about none of that. So, like you said, like I just try to give other people a chance, like a platform. Well, not even a platform, but I just try to give them a chance because, like, I was once that person, once upon a time. So I know how it is. So, but yeah, like you said, like I'm just picky with like you sent me a lot of loops, and I'm just like, nah, this ain't it. Nah, this ain't it. But when I hear it, I just know like this is the one. You know what I mean?
We had a couple breakthrough though. We did have a couple breakthrough.
Yeah, like you was the one that did Voice of the Heroes.
Voice of the Heroes, yep.
Yeah, like you sent me that, and I was like, yeah, this is it. And boom. Matter of fact, I think that night is when they recorded it, remember? And they had put the snippet up on IG or like the next night or something.
Yeah. I remember you texted me on a Thursday and that snippet was out Friday night, like for the world to see, getting reposted everywhere Saturday morning.
Yeah, so it's just like one of them things, like if I like shit, if I like it, I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, and it's go time. But no, I mean, super dope. Got to give a big salute to that. Like so many producers who do care about how many followers the other person has, do care about the reason that they're putting them on there. And it's because they're either going to like try to sign them to themselves and get half the publishing on the flip side, or they're going to try to do a 40-10 split or 35-15 or whatever. And that's another thing. You keep it down the middle even every time.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like I learned that from Taz. That's how they do it at Internet Money. So that kind of stuck with me. Like even from that situation, I've always done it that way. I ain't ever trying to shortchange nobody or anything like that. I make sure everybody is taken care of, whether it's on the advanced side, the publishing side, the points, everything. Make sure everybody good, bro, because that's just doing good business. Like that's a part of it, bro. Like you don't want to be known as somebody that be trying to fuck people over. Like that's not a good, that's not a good reputation to have.
Terrible. But no, I mean, it's a lot of people who like say that and then don't do it. It's a lot of people who, just act like they're doing so much to help, but then they're really just crushing people on the back end. But I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's all about what you negotiate. But you even spoke to you were once like one of these producers that you're giving back to, given the opportunity to make an appearance on this album, or like this, it's countless Durk projects at this point. I mean, for you to even kind of graduate from that point to now, like, how did you even first lock in with like Durk or OTF, or like, how did you go from just like being a fan to like being a real deal, like in-house producer for them?
Buka 600 is the one that started everything. Like I started working with Buka probably like early 2019. And so I would just always send them beats. And so it just kind of like that relationship kind of developed, but I never asked them anything about Durk. I never asked, yo, can you send beats to Durk? All that shit just kind of happened organically. And I feel like that's why our friendship and working relationship is just so genuine, because I ain't ever asked them for nothing. So, but yeah, that whole thing really started from Buka. Like after we worked for like a few months, he was like, yo, like you should come out to Atlanta, get in the studio with me and Durk. So I was like, all right, bet. So I flew out there and then I met Durk for the first time. And it's funny because like, I'm not one of them people, I'm gonna walk in a room and I'm just like this outspoken person. Like, me, I'm laid back. I don't really talk too much.
Right.
But so I feel like the first time we met each other, it was more of like a filling out process. But yeah, like by the time I left, like we just knew, you know what I mean? So like when I got back home, they sent the contract through, and ever since then we just been just going crazy, just developing a sound and developing a relationship and everything. So it's been good, man. It's been fun.
Yeah, and really being like a grooming sound behind this, like just like next level emergence from Durk too, because he always been one of my favorite artists, is someone I always listen to back to Sign of the Streets, mixtape days, like everything. But like it's definitely at its biggest now. Like it's crazy. You can't go anywhere without hearing.
Yeah, I know, man. Like I just sent them a voice message the other day whenever they announced that he had went #1. I just told him like me and you, we had talked about this like a while back, just how we started listening to him around, Sign to the Streets 1 and Bang Bros and Hitters, like all them type of songs. And to see where he at now, it's just crazy. Like, it's just ridiculous. But he deserved it though, bro, because he put the work in, you know what I mean? Like the dude just stay in the studio. So it's just crazy, bro.
He's next level. And it's a lot of producers who keep tweeting Durk lyrics and keep saying how they can't stop listening to Durk and this and that. And that's cool. I'm glad you're supporting the album, but I know it's like an underlying thing of just trying to figure out a way to get a Durk placement or whatever. But go back, listen to the Signs of the Streets days, the Bang Bros Hitters type song. Hitters got the phone ringtone in the beginning of it. That shit is crazy. Like,
bro, that shit was next level, bro. Back then, like that was, man. What Durk was doing back then was just crazy, because like shit, nobody ever heard some shit like that before. So it was just,
And then Sign to the Streets 2 with like Made It Already and
Gas and Mud was on that one too, right?
Yeah, Gas and Mud.
Yeah. Man, that shit was just hard, bro. Top to bottom. Like Durk been going crazy, bro. But like you said, now it's just on a whole nother level.
Yeah, man, he is really, really, really just been going crazy. But yeah, I mean, I guess speak to kind of like, I feel like he's one of the most sought after, placements for producers, or just being able to be in a session with him or whatever. Like, what's kind of like the vibe like in a session with Durk? Like is it kind of like calm and laid back? Does it depend on the day, or like what do you kind of expect going into a session like that?
I mean, like the few times I've been in there with him, it's pretty much like laid back for real. Like, he'll tell you like, yo, like pull up some beats, and he'll go through maybe a couple. Like it don't take many for him to, catch a vibe to one. But, once he catches that vibe, he'll sit there with it for a little minute and he'll start writing to it, or he'll just go off the top, however he's feeling. And then, he'll just go in the booth. I mean, he records so fast, he'll record a song like 10 minutes. But overall, like the whole vibe, like it's just good. Like I was in the studio with him when he did Head Taps, and after he did it, like we just knew, like, yeah, like this one of them ones. Like
Yeah.
even Jerry production, the dude that shoot all his videos, even he was like, yo, this one of them ones. And that's like my favorite song off, like one of my favorite songs off the album. But yeah, that whole session was just a vibe, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Man, it's been crazy too. But even just speaking to that, you also are coming off a huge placement on the Vaughn album as well, which is one of the most like highly anticipated records, Evil Twins. I feel like there's been different unreleased versions at
Right.
least and whatever. Like, do you remember kind of how that song came together in the first place? Like that was a minute ago now, right?
Yeah, that was like, matter of fact, I think that happened during quarantine. I think like at the very beginning of quarantine. I remember bands had hit me up. He was like, yo, send me some beats for Vaughn. So I sent him Evil Twins, well, the beat to Evil Twins, but it was slower. It was like 130 or something. So he hit me back and was like, yo, speed this up. So I sped it all the way up. And then he sent me like a video of like a preview, like maybe like 30, 45 minutes later. And that's what it was. And then like it might have been a couple weeks or a few months later or something like that. It had leaked, and it had been leaked for the longest. Like everybody knew what Evil Twins was. So I was just surprised that they even decided to put it on the album, but I'm glad they did though. Because I feel like that's like one of Durk and Vaughn's best songs together. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure they got tons that's in the vault, but it's just different, bro. Shit hard.
Definitely. And I know a lot of people are still holding on to hopefully like the Evil Twins projects coming out, the compilation projects with them. So whether we get it or not, either way, that's kind of a good like intro or like appetizer for what
Yeah,
maybe
facts.
the album
Yeah,
does.
facts. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know if they doing it or not, but I hope they do. I
Yeah.
hope they do.
Man, I hope so too. That would be crazy. But I guess kind of like, you spoke to some of the different the placements and just kind of like the headspace you're in or whatever. But I mean, what's a day in the life of TouchofTrent like these days? Like work wise, how do you kind of like manage everything, put it together? Because I know there's a lot of different producers who are just trying so hard to be like, I work 24/7, whatever. And I feel like that's not necessarily the best way to get the greatest outcome. But what's a day in the life of TouchofTrent like these days?
Man, I be at home, bro. Like I'm a homebody. You know what I mean? Like I rarely leave the house. If like I leave the house, I'm either going to the store or taking my daughter somewhere or something like that. But for the most part, man, I wake up, drink a cup of coffee, like just chill with my daughter, watch TV. Like I watch a lot of TV shows and movies. So that's really what I be doing a lot. But as far as like work, I'm not one of them people that be working 24/7. I gotta make 30 beats a day. And no, I'm not like that, bro. I do that shit when I feel like it. And if I don't feel like doing it, then I don't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't force it, bro. Like I just don't. So, but like the times that I do sit down and make beats and I'm locked in, like really in that zone, I could make 10 beats a day for sure. But that's not like some shit I try to do every day. Hell no. I really, if like I just make 3 beats a day, but them the 3 hardest beats that I made, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Then I just go on and just go on about my day. I'll go hoop. I'll just sit on my ass. I mean, go outside, like,
Playing in the Pro-Am tournament or whatever that shit that was you were
Oh
playing.
yeah. Like I'll go do that. Like I just be chilling, bro. Like I'm a simple person, bro.
I mean, even speaking to that though, this kind of brings up a good point because I'm always curious to hear different people's processes when it comes to, because I mean, like whatever your process is like clearly successful. Like I don't remember exactly how many you had on, just because y'all waited 2, or
I had 3 on that one.
or what about on the Long Live Vaughn project with the bonus tracks included?
You talking about The Voice?
Yeah.
I think I had 6 on that one.
You had 6 on that one. What'd you just have on this, 5?
Yeah, counting Computer Murderers at 6. Yeah.
Counting Computer Murderers. That's so exactly like your process is clearly working, but like I don't know, because I feel like there's something to it. The bigger question I want to ask is like your process of like sending him stuff, because I'm sure it's just text MP3s straight to his phone. but like how often you're doing it and how many you're sending when you're doing it. But I do think that there's something to that too, where it's like you're not just cranking out a million beats per day or whatever, like it's quality stuff. There's probably been times when people have asked you for stuff and you haven't even sent it, or you've responded like days later. But
Yeah, most of the time, like I haven't sent Durk a beat in probably, I would say, a month and a half now. Like it's been a minute, you know what I mean? Because I just haven't been in that mode that I feel like making beats. Plus his album just dropped, so I know he out and about, he doing promo and all of that. But and plus he about to go on tour, so I know like after he get off tour and stuff like that, that's when I'll crank back up and start, you know. But I always got beats ready though. Like I got stuff just sitting on my hard drive ready to go, but I just haven't sent them to him yet. But yeah, I mean, I just texted to him and whatever he does with it, he does. Same with like other people, like they'll hit me for packs and stuff like that. And I'll just tell them straight up. Like I just had told the dude from Sony, Rashad, like he was hitting me for packs. And I just told him, bro, it's gonna be a couple of days because I don't feel like doing this shit right now. So but he was like, no, like that's cool. So, but I ended up sending them. It just took time. Like you can't just hit me and be like, yo, like I need a pack, and I'm finna just drop everything and just go send. Like, no, I'm not finna do that.
no, definitely not. And like he's saying it, but I could back it up with the facts too. I've asked Trent like, this or that girl artist, like girl twerk artist type beats, like big ass artists too that people ask me for packs for, or they're asking me specifically for packs from Trent for, and he's just like, nah, like I don't make shit like that. I'm not trying to make shit like that. Nah. I'm like, all right, never mind.
Cause like I don't be tripping, bro. Like I'm not pressed for placements at all. Like because it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? So I don't be tripping, man.
Yeah.
I am who I am.
It's so funny. How did I mean, taking it all the way back, like how did you even start kind of like producing in the first place? Like you've been doing music for like your whole life type shit, but like how did it become like that to producing? Like what are kind of some of the steps that even gets to before you start sending stuff to Buka? Like how does it get to that point?
Well, shit, I mean, I've been playing the drums since I was like a little kid.
Got it.
So I've always loved music. Like even growing up, like I ain't had no money to go get no CD from the store. So I grew up on like LimeWire and BearShare and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So but yeah, like even with just getting into producing and stuff, long story short, the guy that I used to work with at Delta, like back when I was loading planes, this was like 2016. He like we was loading the plane and he was just like, yo, like, have you ever tried making beats and stuff? And I was like, hell no, I don't know nothing about that. He was like, man, bring your laptop tomorrow and I'm gonna put FL Studio on your laptop. So I went home, I bought FL Studio, I brought it to work the next day. He just showed me the basics, like the piano roll, channel rack, all that stuff. So from there, it just kind of started off as a hobby. And then maybe like a year and a half later, I meet Taz, Internet Money. So he's like, yo, come to Jacksonville. He's a diehard Jaguars fan. I'm a diehard Texans fan. So they was playing the week that he wanted me to come. Pause. And then so I had went out there and we was just, just kicking it, bro, just getting to know each other and stuff like that. So that's Taz is kind of like the one that kind of got me in the door, really. You know what I mean? So I give a lot of credit to Taz. And then, I was with Internet Money for like a year and a half. And then, I just decided, man, I got to go off and do my own thing. You know what I mean? So that's kind of around the time, like 2019, when I linked with Buka. So we was working a lot together. And then the whole Durk situation happened. And so I had to really just come to a decision, like, what do I do? You know what I mean? And I just had to do what was best for me at that time. So, I ended up signing with Durk and here we are.
What, damn, that's actually crazy. I never knew you were working for Delta loading planes. You went from,
yeah, bro, like I did that for like almost 2 years.
You went from Delta loading planes to platinum, Grammy nominated, the whole thing.
I mean, yeah, like over the course of like 5, 6 years. Yeah. But it took a lot of work though. Like, like when I'm locked in, bro, like I'd be working. So I just worked at it, man, all the time. Like, even though it was just a hobby and I was terrible at it, I just kept working at it, man. Just kept working.
How did you and Buka even like click up in the first place? Did you just link up on the internet? You found him on Instagram? Like how'd you start sending stuff?
Yeah, bro. I just DM'd him on Instagram. I
Yeah.
just DM'd because I had man, what song was it that I heard from him? I think it was Studio with him and Durk, as a matter of fact. It was on one of his albums. I think it was 6 Summers. And I heard it and I was like, bro, this shit hard as hell. So I just DM'd him on Instagram and he just hit back. He was like, yeah, just send me some shit. And I think he gave me his number at that time. I can't remember. It was either his number or his email, one of the two. And I just kept sending shit. Like every day I was sending shit.
I don't know if you got any like
Just don't spam, bro. Like that's it. You know what I mean? Just don't spam. Just continue to send, and eventually I'm gonna come across it because like I go through my email every day. So like I'm always listening. Like I'll be sitting on the couch, like just chilling. I'm just listening to loops and shit. You know what I mean? So just keep sending. That's all I can really say. And just don't spam the fuck out of me.
what about like formatting wise? Like you're probably getting stuff sent in all different shapes and sizes,
Yeah.
Dropbox links, this, that, download this.
Man, to be honest, like MP3 and Dropbox links are the easiest. Just please don't send like what's that, like Google Drive shit?
Google Drive.
Because I'm not finna click on it.
Yeah, there's some other
It's
like
too much.
box shit or something. But isn't it so funny? How many DMs do you get about where can I send, how can I send, whatever? And your email's probably in your bio, huh?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it all the time. Like my request thing is full. Like every message is where can I send loops? Where can I send loops?
I know. Bro, so
But it's on my profile. So
yeah, to all the producers and everything, like just do it in a way where the person you're asking for something from, you're not like creating extra work. Cause like the other day, like Lil Double O put on a story like send crazy beats at C Legret or something. And then my shit's just going crazy, which like of course, and I want to listen to some good ones, try to get people some placements with him, etc. But like everyone's like, yo, do I send to your phone or do I send to your email? And then I'm like, well, you don't have my number, so I'm not sure how you would do the first one, but you can send to the email. Bet, thanks, bro. What's the email? I'm like, bro, it's in the bio. Like, just click the button. It'll take 30 seconds. Just click it.
reading is a fundamental thing, bro.
Bro, people do not be reading. They do not be wanting to read.
They don't. But hey, man. Like I said earlier, I just try to give everybody a chance, bro. I don't give a fuck where you from, how many followers you got, if you have any placements at all. If you hard, you hard. Pause. So that's just how I kind of go about it, man.
Yeah, and even like you always been somebody. I said this about Corbett too, who was here. He was on a couple episodes ago. He did like Nipsey Racks in the middle and stuff. Like you're kind of like him in the sense like it's really just about the work, like what's going on, what's happening. Like you do not care about fitting into the internet, about this, that, being on Clubhouse, how many followers are tuned in when you go Instagram live. Like you do not care about any of that shit.
Nah, because that's just not my personality, bro. Like I don't be caring about none of that type of shit. I just really just be to myself, man. And I am who I am. Like I ain't trying to be somebody I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of people just try to put up this persona on the internet of some shit that they're not. You know what I mean? And I think that's why like a lot of people kind of fuck with me, bro, because you know what you get when you talking to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm not finna fake the funk with you or nothing. So it's either you like me or you don't. And it just is what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is every time. Do you think it's like a distraction that ends up hurting people in the long run when they're just so focused on like showing off their new snippet on Instagram and doing this and whatever they're doing? Like, do you think it's kind of a distraction for like people who are just so like focused on the internet, or it's just different?
No, I mean, I don't think that it's a distraction. I just think everybody kind of goes about things in a different way. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not necessarily bad. That's just what they're into. But for me, it's like, I guess you'll just hear it when it comes out. Like I don't care to put up videos of me in the studio or pictures of me in the studio trying to show that I'm working and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I just, you'll hear it when you hear it. That's just kind of how I operate. But no, it's definitely not a distraction.
You know,
Not a
people love
distraction.
doing that. They love like the picture that's like of the artist is right here, and then they're just like in the corner over here, like face half in, half out, posting it. Like we work
Yeah,
it.
I mean, but I get it from like a brand perspective. Like, you know what I mean?
I might do that someday. You never know. So
Oh, you?
I mean, if I end up in the right place at the right time, the right picture gets taken, you never know.
Hey, but I know exactly what you're talking about, though. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That shit is too funny. But take it back to like last summer, not quite a year ago, but close to it. Voice of the Heroes actually drops, which we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
What was kind of like the process for that? Like obviously one of the bigger collab projects of the last few years. You know, arguably the two hottest rappers out right now, Durk and Baby. Was anything kind of like different when it came to that? Was it like a different type of locked in, or how to go? And it's not like you just had a placement on there. You had the intro, the song title of the album. Like,
Yeah. Like I just remember Dirk had sent me a like a voice message, and he was like, "Yo, I think they was going to New York," and he was like, I need a pack of 15." He's like, "Me and Baby finna get in the studio." I was like, "All right," but at that time, like again, like remember what I told you earlier, like I'm not finna just go make a bunch of beats. Like right, I after he sent that, I went and hooped for like 3 hours, and then I came home, and I think I even started on it like the next day or some shit. So I just ended up staying, like I pretty much cooked up like all day. I sent them like, I might have sent them the first day, I might have sent them like 10. Then the next day I sent them the rest. Um, and then Voice of the Heroes, the song that was in the pack. And I don't know if anything else came of it. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But yeah, that's pretty much how that kind of came about. So I'm actually blessed to be on that album. So I can't I can't complain, man, because I know like a lot of people probably wanted to be on that. So
no, definitely.
definitely.
I remember I think it was, well, I won't even say their name. Not that I think they would care, but I just remember them saying like someone posting the night before it came out, like, damn, I hope so bad someone stole my loop and didn't realize it. And I get a call tomorrow that I'm on the project because
Yeah, and like what's crazy about that is like a lot of people like that's actually happened to like a lot of people, like they loop get stolen. So, but my thing is like a lot of people put their name on the loop itself. So it's like I don't see how you don't give people their credit, or you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
I've never really understood the stolen loops either. Like Jay Beats, we did a episode with him like a couple months ago, and he was kind of trying to break it down for me. He was like, people either like take them. Well, I actually suggested this, and he just said like it kind of happens. But people either like take them and then they like switch the names and send them off as their own. But it's like,
yeah,
bro, how is that gonna work? Well, then he said like the main producer, who's the placement getter, just gets greedy sometimes and just acts like it wasn't a loop in the first place. But
that's a fact. Or like they'll try to remake it, or
yeah,
just it's just lame shit to me. Like I'm not gonna do that, bro. I'm gonna make sure whoever loop this is, I'm gonna make sure that they taken care of it. Like I don't have no problem doing that, but I guess some people do. Shit weird as hell.
yeah. But speaking of the placement on that album, a crazy loop starts from Hayes. That you
Yeah,
end up,
shout out Hey.
yeah, shout out to Hayes. He's been going crazy too. And that's he's also on the most recent project, but that you put the Trent touch of Trent sauce on it, get it to where it needs to be, and it gets out. But that actually is what led to the Nas placement as well. Kind of break
Yeah,
that down a little bit, because I feel like a lot of people don't know the backstory to it. I was even talking to Hit Boy and G Rye about how that song was that, and they're with Nas every day, and they're like, "Wait, what? What song?" I'm like, "No, bro, I'm telling you." And then they're like pulling up Genius, like fact checking it, like. So I think that's kind of like a secret. I don't know if it's supposed to be, but how did one placement kind of lead into the other? If it is supposed to be, it's done now.
nah, it's not really a secret. I forget what the hell I was doing. I might have been in the bed or something, but I was checking my email, and I get an email from Mass Appeal, and they're like, they were trying to clear like a sample. I'm like, what the hell? And it's for Nas. So I'm like, all right, well, what is it? And it was And it
That's
was a
just too
sample
funny.
from,
I'm gonna be like, Nas, what? Where do I sign up? You're like, all right, well, what is it?
they're like, what is it, bro? And so come to find out, it was something from Voice of the Heroes that I guess Hit Boy or whoever, they sampled it. So that's how that whole thing came about. But it's funny because I had Hit Boy like after the album came out, I had Hit Boy on Instagram, and I had told you about this. I didn't think he was gonna respond. You know what I mean? Like I ain't nobody important. But bro, it was like I sent him the message. I was like, yo, like appreciate you, all of that. And it was like 5 minutes later, he hit right back. I was like, yeah, bro, like, no problem. So like we kind of had like a small dialogue for like maybe 5 minutes, and then that was it. But yeah, it was a sample from the Voice of the Heroes, like the song.
Yeah, man. Salute to Hit Boy. He's on a
Yeah, Hit Boy,
crazy
man.
tear himself.
That's crazy, bro.
Crazy. Bro, I remember listening to Hit Boy music back in like, and I know he's getting back on the music too, but I remember listening to his own music back in like 2012. He had a crazy song featuring Big Sean, I remember, but yeah, it's so funny. Like, I'm sure Hit Boy knew what was going on the whole time, I'm sure, but I remember I was telling G-Ry, I was like, wait, what happened? I'm like, yeah, bro, this is crazy. And then, Nas placement.
Yeah, I ain't see that one coming at all. It's like certain placements, bro, you don't ever see coming, and that was one of those ones.
Yeah,
crazy shit.
It's almost
I'm thankful for that one too, for sure.
Yeah,
but Nas is a legend. So,
what's kind of like, what are you kind of thinking next as far as like Touch of Trent goes? Like, definitely more work coming, locked in the same way, but I mean, do you want to kind of like go the producer route where you're going to start dropping songs like in the DJ Khaled route? Do you want to start signing producers and loop makers to you?
Why are you laughing, bro?
Because I could just tell the way you look and what the answer's going to be. But
I mean, I'll probably never sign producers. I'll probably never do that. Just cause, bro, like I don't have to sign you in order to work with you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some people sign people so they can get a piece of their publishing or, whatever the case is. I don't feel like I ever got to do that. If I like you, bro, I'm gonna work with you and you can, but I would like to do the whole single thing like Khaled. I mean, obviously, like I ain't big enough yet, but I feel like that's something that I would like to do in the future. But in the meantime, bro, just keep working. Like, just keep working and keep networking and just building more relationships, because that's really what this game is. It's just relationships. It's about who you know, things like that. So and then probably get a top 10 on the Hot 100 or something. I feel like that's kind of what's missing at this point. You know what I mean? Like just one of them ones. Like I feel like I need that. And then once I get that, I'll probably be done with this, bro. And I'll move on to something else.
Yeah. What's that?
Because I've pretty much done everything at this point. You know what I mean? I mean, like it would be cool to get some more Grammys and stuff like that, but we all know how that works. So
right.
It's just kind of what it is, bro. Just keep working and just let the chips fall where they may.
What do you think that next thing could be, hypothetically, if you want to move to it? You about to go to the NBA, professional 2K player? What are you thinking?
Man, you know what? I actually enjoy playing video games more than I do making beats. I wouldn't mind being like an esports player. We could do, like we could do Madden, we could do 2K. It don't matter as long as it ain't Call of Duty. I ain't that good.
Yeah,
but I don't know, bro. I just try to keep my options open with just everything. I try not to limit myself. Just whatever comes to to my plate, just see what it is and just go from there.
Is it any upcoming artists you're working with? Any that you're excited about? Anybody that you're even not working with that you're excited about that you've been listening to? Like, what's kind of in rotation for Touch of Trent March 2022?
Well, right now, I mean, obviously, I'm listening to 7220. I'm listening to a lot of Booker 600 still. Moneybag Yo. I'm gonna. Polo G. And that's really kind of it for real. Oh, and then like I'll mess with like I Swear Vezo and And what's that dude name? Rob 49. The dude that made Vulture Island. He hard as hell.
Yeah.
That's kind of pretty much what I keep in rotation. But as far as like the placements and stuff, like I've been sending stuff for Moneybag Yo, Polo G, Black. I was supposed to send one for Nardo, but I just never got around to it. I need to do that. Damn, who was the other person? I can't remember. But yeah, I'm just trying to just keep working, man. That's it. Just keep
You
working.
should definitely send something to Vezo for sure.
Yeah. Matter of fact, one of his artists, like I be working with one of his artists, SBR Peasy. He actually hard. I actually got a song with Vezo. And Peasy was telling me, he was like, yeah, bro, like when I first played the beat, like Vezo was like, yo, like he hard as hell, like TouchofTrent, he hard as hell. So I thought that was pretty cool, but yeah, no, I definitely need to get some more in with him for sure.
No, he's got it's another artist, Chucky, that he's working with. He's the reason I work with Jetto. He's gonna be working with Lou Graham, who's going crazy. But this is one of them guys, man. Real goat.
Yeah, facts.
Real deal goat. But shit, we appreciate it big time. The producer room, powered by producer culture, big touch of Trent. I guess you got any kind of like ending words of wisdom, advice to all the up and coming producers? You got a lot of Touch of Trent clones these days. A lot of people trying to sound like you. A lot of people. All right, but either way, you got a lot of people who want to be like you, locked in with one of the biggest upcoming, hottest on top artists, etc. You know, what's your advice to those producers, man?
I would say, bro, just put the work in, or just be yourself, because people can feed off of that type of energy. Like they know if you being authentic or if you're trying to be some shit that you're not. So just be yourself and enjoy the moment, enjoy the process of putting the work in and getting better. And, you know, if you're placement chasing or whatever it is, bro, just enjoy those moments, because this shit, it's going, you know, it's here right now, but we can't do this shit forever. So, you know, it comes and it goes and it's fast. Like time just be flying. So just enjoy the moment, man, whether they're good moments or bad moments. Just enjoy it. And yeah, bro, just do what you do, man. Put the work in. That's it.
Put the work in. Yeah. No, I gotta echo that point. The days can seem long, but the weeks, the years are short. Like even him and I talking about, I mean, it doesn't feel like yesterday, but it doesn't feel like a year ago when we were getting excited about the Voice of the Heroes album coming out or being like a hypothetical thing. To now like, it's like a year later, and
that's a fact. Yeah, what that dropped like in June of last year. Shit, we finna be in April already. Like, it just goes to show, man, time be flying. So just enjoy the moment, bro. Man, enjoy the moment.
But like I said, we appreciate it big time. Know you're super busy. The producer room, powered by producer culture. Touch of Trent. Everyone like, comment, subscribe, comment who you want to see next.
Oh, I got somebody that need to be on here next.
Yeah, who needs to be next?
Taj Money.
Taj Money. We need to get Taj Money on here.
I had texted him the other day. I was like, bro, you got to get on there. He was like, man. So you got to get him on here, bro.
Yeah, we've been texting about it a little bit. Him and I'm pretty quick with responding and stuff too, but him and I just have like this weird thing where like I text him, he answers 2 days later, I respond right away, he answers 3 days later, then I miss it and I answer like a week later, but we got to do it. Yeah,
because Taj out here going crazy shit. You already did TNT. You already know how he get down. But yeah, Taj is, yeah, you got to get him for sure.
Hell yeah. But we appreciate it big time. Like, comment,
subscribe.
Touch of Trent the GOAT.